Hello and welcome back to the PES 2020 Master League with AS Roma. We are firmly into January now. The transfer window is open and we have made a few moves. By that I mean we've made one move, which is a singular. We've made a move in and a move out, as we will show you in the upcoming recap. So we kick off this recap answering the question that was left in the poll in the last episode. Should we take the job offer at Barcelona? You all voted and you said no, we shouldn't. So we bloody well didn't. Take that, Barcelona. Who needs, history and trophies and success? I have morals and a nice kit. So what are you going to do about that? Yes, we are now in the transfer window in January. So, and we're kind of mid-season, so we have our kind of mid-season update there from our balding friend, our follically challenged friend. And of course we are in the transfer window, which means that we can make moves and also sell lads, which means that Antonio Morante, after has God love him, after his long service playing a backup role in this squad, he is away, which is quite sad really, because he absolutely played his part since he's been replaced with Simone Scuffet. But we go into the first game against Parma as we look to stay atop of the Serie A table, and we took the lead through Cengiz, who decided that he's not going to wait around, he's just going to absolutely twat it past the goalkeeper and just, yeah, no faffing about, just hit it very, very hard as we took the lead against Parma, who, to be honest, were a bit more of a challenge than I was kind of hoping for in this game, as Gervinho puts the ball wide and Pau Lopez is very unhappy about it for some reason. And Florenzi gets the ball in towards Gabi Barbosa, and Sepe makes a terrific save to deny the informed Brazilian. And that is how this game ended. Not a whole heap happened. We scraped another 1-0 win, although Mancini is ecstatic about it, and I'm delighted for his enthusiasm. He is as happy as that lad is sad, so at least somebody's happy. There is the Serie A table. We sit 2 points ahead of Juventus, who lost in that round of fixtures, which gives us a huge advantage, psychologically speaking. We are 2 points ahead of Juve, which is always a good thing, because the Scudetto is what we are after this season. Anything else is a bonus. Speaking of anything else, we have 2 games against Cagliari in the Coppa Italia, and there is Simone Scuffet making his Roma debut. We've given him the number 1 jersey, even though he will be our number 2. Make of that what you will. Early on, we seem to play bloody Cagliari every other week. It's ridiculous. And we always perennially batter them, which is unfortunate for them. However, they were determined to stop that trend as they took the lead in the home leg of this two-legged tie, as Cherry gets the goal. Cherries are disgusting, so, it is what it is. Although cherry-flavoured stuff is terrific, but actual cherries, absolutely bogging. I don't know what I'm saying. What I should be saying is that Mirko Antonucci is through and gives us the leveller, 1-1 through our young Italian winger, who is really chipped in as a role player. He's getting a lot more minutes than a lot of our lads are actually, and he's come out of the academy. Another header, another save from Scuffet, as this game finishes 1-1. Quite disappointing, considering that we usually stick about 4 or 5 past Cagliari, but we did have the chance to do that in the second leg, which is the third and final game of this roundup. Pretty much the same lineup, as we look to keep everybody sort of relatively fresh going into the big games. Not to say this isn't a big game, but as I said, the Serie A is our main priority. As Veretout takes this free kick, it bounces down and bounces out, and I thought, that had to be pretty close, surely. But I feel like this is happening quite a lot this season. Look at that, that is closer than 2 bears in a phone booth, as someone said. And as another one of the great philosophers of our time, Fred Durst, did say, it's just one of those days. Harry heads over from a corner, and things got even worse as Castro sneaks in around the back, not unlike a librarian, to put the ball into the back of the net for Cagliari, who take the lead in the tie by 2-1 overall. However, right on the stroke of halftime, Harry plays it through for the other of our Youth Academy graduates, Christian Rousseau, getting the start in this game and repaying that faith by getting the equaliser right on the stroke of half-time. And Veretout gives it to Mkhitaryan, finds Centurion, really nice play. The finish is awful, and he gets very lucky on the second attempt to put us in front on the night and in front in the tie. Centurion, he's not made as big an impact as some would have hoped, but you know, his goals are crucial, and we will take them as we finish the game by 2-1. We go through in the Coppa Italia. Cagliari sick of the sight of us, no doubt, and there is the sort of tree, really. It looks like we're going to be playing Inter Milan in the next round, which will be quite the difficult one. So there we go, quite eventful. We've sold someone, we've brought someone in, and we've gone through in the cup, and we're 2 points clear ahead of Juventus. Happy days, can't really argue with that. Although we do have a transfer offer here for Daniel Fusato, who we have transfer listed. He's on the transfer list, his contract's running out at the end of the season. Santos want to take him back to Brazil, which we're going to just do anyways. Release fee's 1.3, they've offered 1.2. He's not going to stick around, we're not going to offer him a new deal. So Daniel Fusato, you sir are going to Santos, which I'm sure you're not overly disappointed about. So as we are in the transfer window, what I would like you fine, lovely, wonderful people to do in the comment section below is to leave your transfer suggestions. Who do you think we need to bring in? Who do you think we need to get rid of? To be honest, I'm really happy with the squad, and I don't really envision myself bringing anyone in during this window unless, you know, we get a massive offer for someone, for one of our key players, and we'll then have to replace him. But to be honest, I can't really see that happening. But let me know in the comment section below, and like I say, don't be going mental. I'm not going to sign Mbappe, I'm not going to sign Neymar, because that would never happen. And I think we only, even if I wanted to, we don't really have a whole, well, we have a decent amount of cash, but how much do we actually have? It would help if you went to the right place, you idiot. 33.6 million we have to spend. So let me know where you think we are weakest, and let me know. I can talk. It's really warm today, and it's making me go a bit doolally. Let me know who you think we should sign, and where do you think we need to strengthen, and who do you think we should let go. However, in the meantime, we're going to play the first of our 2 games today against Atalanta. Big game this against we've Atalanta and we've Inter Milan in this episode, so 2 pretty big games. Inter Milan sitting in 3rd place in the table currently. Atalanta, I don't know where they are, but they're a bloody good side, and I really like them, and so should you. We go with the usual lineup, which is to be expected at this stage. Atalanta, who have they got? They've got Galini in goal, Ibanez, Kjaer, which is how a lot of people from where I'm from say the word car, which is stupid. Rafael Toloi, Remo Freuler, Martin de Roon, Castagne, Ilicic, Tavares, Gomez and Duvan Zapata. Atalanta always seem to give us a pretty difficult game, and I expect no different this time round. But if we can keep our winning ways going and pile the pressure on Juventus, if we set the pace, they'll have to keep up with us. So let's hopefully try and do that. The Stadio Olimpico, which has been so good, so bloody good to us this season, plays hosts again to another massive game. It's a potential bananas game because Atalanta are, as we've discussed, a very, very good side, and it will be difficult to get any sort of result, but we have to if we want to keep the pace at the top of the league and want to keep the pressure on Juventus. Cristante, lots of space to run into, finds Zaniolo. He gives it out wide to Under. He's got plenty of space, but not an awful lot of options. But it's Gabi Barbosa! And we take the lead 4 minutes in. Well, I said we didn't have many options in the box, but we only really need one when it comes to this lad. Gabi Barbosa gives us the lead in record quick time. Really nice build-up play. Look at the amount of space that we were afforded here. Zaniolo gets it out to Under, who's able to take his time. A terrific, but unnecessarily flashy, can I point out, with the outside of the boot, but it worked out. As Gabi Barbosa follows in. Look at that, ridiculous ball. Barbosa gets ahead of his man, sneaks in, and puts it past Galini, and we take the lead. Barbosa turns, shoots, and it's just off target. Pellegrini takes the free kick short, gives it to Zaniolo, plays it into Barbosa. Someone's fallen on their arse, and we can't take advantage. A split second hesitation from Barbosa there. Maybe should have tried to hit that first time, but we weren't to know, and he's put it wide. That is a lot of hair you have, Mr. Tavares. I'm very, very envious. Although I don't think dreadlocks would be the best sort of look for me. In general, I'd look like the bloody road dog, circa 1999. I mean, it worked for him, I guess, but it would not work for a very pale Northern Irishman. Zaniolo gives it out to Pellegrini. Why? No, I was going to say why not have a go, but that's primarily that'd be at the top of the list of reasons why not to. Zaniolo, Spinazzola, pulls it back to Florenzi, who's going to hit it on his right foot. It's parried away by Gollini. Barbosa, Zaniolo takes the shot, brilliant save. El Shaarawy tries to squeeze it in, and he has. Incredibly, Steven El Shaarawy has squeezed it in past Gollini, and we double the lead. But that's given us a little bit of breathing room as Stefan El Shaarawy doubles the lead. Great save by Gollini, and that, to be fair, is terrible. The initial save was pretty terrific, but the follow-up was pretty poor, says me, who's never done anything in his life. But that's besides the point, because we've scored a goal in a football game. That surely counts for something. And there, look at the space he has to run into. So much space. We'll keep running, then we'll pass it to El Shaarawy. What in the... Well, there you go. That's a thing that's happened. As we take over into stoppage time, Luis Muriel comes forward, Lopez comes out, makes the tackle, and we clear the ball away. And that will do it. We get a 2-0 victory over Atalanta. Potential banana skin has been successfully avoided. We've picked it up and we've put it in the compost bin, which is, you know, save the planet. Wear a vest. I don't know. Do what you want. It's imperative that we do keep winning because Juventus have won their game. Still only 2 points ahead, or 2 points behind us. And Inter Milan in third, who we will play next, of course, and Napoli sitting in fourth. Where are... Who's at the bottom? Chievo, Frosinone and Empoli. Who are... Oh, Jesus. Chievo, 5 points. 5! Jesus. Good Lord, we've received offers aplenty. By that I mean we have 2. One from Schalke for Daniele Rugani, who they can absolutely get to buggery. We're not selling Rugani. In fact, we are going to refuse all offers for him. And El Shaarawy, 31 million from Chelsea. Good Christ! But then we've only just bought him in the summer window. He's going absolutely nowhere. He is a starter for us. He's forced his way into the side, and we're going to refuse all offers for Steven El Shaarawy. Now, I'm about to do something that may be a smidge controversial, but considering our left-hand side is pretty much, we have too many players in that position. I'm thinking of selling Justin Kluivert. Purely because he hasn't really clicked for me since we've started this series. He doesn't really butter my parsnips, as to borrow a phrase, and I don't even like parsnips, so I don't know why I'm bringing them into the conversation. But I feel like even Centurion has offered a bit more than Kluivert has, and El Shaarawy starts on that left hand side, and Antonucci will come in for any other games that we play. So I just don't see Kluivert getting back into the side. He still has a few years left on his contract. It expires in 2023, and he's valued at 51 million. Release fee of 80 million, so we could get a lot for him. So yeah, I'll put a poll up right about now. Should we sell Justin Kluivert and cash in on him, or should we keep him around? It's entirely up to you. As you mull that over, however, we will play the second and final game of this episode against Inter Milan at the San Siro. Good grief, it's going to be this is going to be a real test of the metal here, because look at that Inter Milan side. Handanovic in goal, Nacho, Godin, Skriniar, Sensi, Brozovic, Barea, Lazaro, D'Ambrosio, and look at that front two, Martinez and Lukaku. Oh dear, this could be a potential spanner in the works. They do sit in third place. They're quite a distance off ourselves and Juventus, so I don't really have to worry too much about them getting back into the title race, but they can disrupt our title aspirations. So we need to be careful as we roll out the usual side. Gabby Barbosa up front, who will look to show Inter Milan what they missed out on him by letting him go. But to be honest, I don't care who scores, as long as we score more goals than the other team. God, it looks pretty behind this horrific purple overlay. One of my favourite stadiums in Europe, truth be told. You hear the San Siro and you just think of European nights under the lights and likes of Adriano and Javier Zanetti and all those lads. But they're not playing, thankfully, but they do have some very dangerous players that we will have to keep an eye on as we look to get another win in the season against a potential, well, I say a very real threat. Barella finds Lukaku, can't let him shoot, we've let him shoot, and Lopez has made the save. Right, yeah, immediately Inter Milan feel a lot different than Atalanta. Oh my god, we've given the ball away terribly. It's Martinez, it's Lukaku, and it's 1-0 Inter Milan. Masters of our own downfall as we give the ball away. Martinez plays it to Romelu Lukaku, who puts it past Pau Lopez. And we are 1-0 down. Disastrous. Look at that. A terrible ball out. And then no cover on Martinez. And Lukaku is able to finish past Lopez. Barbosa in there, looks to spin away from Skriniar, gets the shot away, and Handanovic with an unorthodox save denies Cengiz Ünder. Florenzi with the corner, and it was Barbosa with the header, and Barbosa's put it wide. Oh, against his former team it would have been sweet. Forward for Zaniolo to thread it through. Barbosa, brilliant ball and a brilliant finish from Gabby Barbosa. Back on level terms, it's the former Inter Milan man who strikes against his former club and gives us the equaliser. Back on level terms. Zaniolo, too much space to work in, great ball through, and Barbosa pokes it past Handanovic and levels the game up at 1-1. Great ball in. Again, a bit too flashy. Just twat the thing into the net, but it's gone in, so I have what do I know. Here's Sensi, and Lukaku gets the shot away, and Lukaku has doubled his tally and has put Inter Milan back in front. Slack defending yet again, and Romelu Lukaku profits. Can't believe people said he wasn't very good, because we found that out to our cost. Lazar, look again, so much space, no one covering him, and Regani is on him, but the strength of Lukaku, as he's able to shrug off Regani and bend a shot into the far corner, and we are 2-1 down just before the break. Lazaro finds Barella, back over the top looking for Valentino Lazaro, ball across looking for Lukaku, he's hit the crossbar, and we've scrambled it away, sort of. It comes to D'Ambrosio, and now Barella. It's still there for Inter Milan. A good tackle though by Zaniolo, but how lucky have we got there? Dzeko, Rousseau, and there with the shot, and Under's put it wide. Lazaro, terrific ball in behind. Lukaku completely free, gives it to Martinez, and that is it. Inter Milan are going to take the 3 points, and we are going to be left absolutely devastated. We've gone attacking, we had to, and it opened up huge spaces at the back, and Lautaro Martinez has put the nail in the coffin. Lopez gets a hand to it, but it's not enough, and we're going to lose our third Serie A game of the season, and it's going to be to Inter Milan, who have opened the door up for Juventus to go back on top of the league. Into stoppage time, this is going to be a massive blow to our title aspirations, as Inter Milan are going to take the win. We might get a consolation, we don't even get that. Cristante's just going to twat it straight into somebody. The referee's going to blow his whistle very shortly, and he's given a free kick instead of just blowing for the game. because that man, Romelu Lukaku, has pretty much put the dagger in our... He's put the butter knife in our balloon. The prick. How dare he. As that does it, a 3-1 defeat to Inter Milan. That is devastating. Absolutely devastating. We can only hope that Juventus have slipped up, but I don't see it happening. I think we're going to go down to second in the table again. Indeed we have. We now go a point behind Juve. They beat Inter Milan. They beat AC Milan by a goal to 0, and we drop down to second, a point behind. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm absolutely devastated. The only thing is, we'd still have to play Juventus in the second for the second time this season. So if we can keep pace with them up until then we have a chance. But then we'd have to beat them. We are now the chasers instead of the chasees. Is that a thing? No, probably not. Piss and balls and bugger and other words that signal discontent. That was not the ideal way to end this episode. A 3-1 defeat, dropping to second in the table. Who do we have coming up? We have Sassuolo next with Genoa, and then Frosinone and Cagliari. So what I might do is I will play those 4 games off camera. So and then that includes the last day of the transfer window as well. So of course, get your transfer suggestions in the comment section below, because the next episode will be the close of the window. And then there's Cagliari, Fiorentina, and then we've Inter Milan, of course, in those 2 Coppa Italia quarter-finals. I haven't even looked to see who we've got in the Champions League yet. Has that even been drawn? There we go, Lille. We have Lille, who we of course played in the Europa League. Was it the knockout, the last 16 last season? So so we know what the crack is with them. We've got Lille in the first knockout round. But as I say, that'll do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, do remember to hit that like button, do hit that subscribe button. There's a whole heap of you that are watching these videos that aren't bloody subscribed, so if you could, that would be mildly terrific. Of course, yep, to hit the bell as well so you're notified of when we make new videos. We're doing the podcast, is taking up a lot of the, we'll be taking up a lot of things going forward, the Master League of course, and then of course on the 4th of, what month are we in? The 4th of June, the Euro 2020 DLC will be coming out for PES, so expect a series. We're going to get Euro 2020 this year, by God, and I'm going to be the one to do it, along with whoever else decides to, but watch mine will be good. But until then, once again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, we will see you in the next one.